This, on the other hand, is a real 70 Cuda 3-3 car. All right, let's try that again. Walking through the yard. I'll show you closer up on this truck. But we're in the very corner of the yard. That's a brook stream. Excuse me, there. That's a farm field. That's a 1969 Formula S 340 Cuda, or Barracuda. And then over here, it's a 1972 Dodge Challenger. And then over here, it's a 1970 Cuda 3-3 car with a Cutlass hood on it. And then that's also the remains of a Cuda, which I'll show you on the front side. And ooh, here's the door panel I need. Ooh, you hear that bubbling brook over there? I do need this. Huh. I'll ask him. Because this is I need this trim, these clips. Let's even get a good armrest. And we'll see. I don't know if I'll have time. Put it all back in there. Oh, there's the other door panel I need. Ugh. Wish I'd found them earlier. It's actually got two E-body dashes in there. A blue one and a black one, which is rather odd. This is a 318. Nothing special Challenger. This, on the other hand, is a real 70 Cuda 3-3 car. It's in rough shape. It actually used to be sitting on top of another car, but I have a video of that. You can see there's no interior, there's no dash. It's actually got the trunk lid off of that 69 Coronet RT cut off. It's a long story, but so yeah, that's a real 69 Coronet RT trunk lid. And then here's a 72 Barracuda. Got the scoops. And the entire grill is still in that one in near perfect condition. That one, not so much. I mean, it's just so pretty though. But yeah, that 70 Cuda 3-3 car is very rough. I mean, you can see someone picked it up by the roof. And that one's missing half the car. And same thing with that one. Really sad. But here, we walked past this earlier. So the truck has been in this spot so long. The tree grew up around the frame rails and jacked it up. And look at that. It's actually enveloped the axle. How crazy is that? I mean, I've seen stuff like that, but it's like, wow. That's time right there. And then there's an El Camino here. Is this the SS? Yeah, okay. This right here is the remains of a 1969 Camaro SS 396 car. You can see barely the SS emblems that are on the back tail panel of the car. Even though I know it doesn't have the blackout. I don't know why. Some people said that because it's a dark color, it doesn't have the blackout. Not sure. But that is what the owner told me. He rescued it, and because it was in a hard accident. You can see the front fender is kicked over pretty good. But still a cool car. I mean, it sucks it's sitting here, but better than being crushed. And then this is a Nova SS. Been sitting since 1976 from the license plate, but we have no idea what it was. There's a few telltale signs it was an SS, like the tail panel and some other stuff, even though the grill isn't black, which I think was a big telltale sign on this. But it's pretty rough. But over here, some nicer stuff. Let's see if we can... This is all pretty dry. We got a Cutlass. This was a holiday coupe, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, CS. I forget what that is. But that right there, I was told, is a 68 Chevelle SS 396 car. But I don't know. I know it's got some pieces that could have been, but we'll see. It's not like I'm pulling it out of here. And then on top of it's another Camaro. I think this was a 68. Yeah, 'cause it's got the basic front end, and this is a 70 Buick GS 455, maybe a 350. He said it was a GS, but he didn't clarify which one it was. And then what we got? Buicks. Yeah. Vega. Oh yeah, that's the hard to hit it ones. But yeah. Well, now we're going to move on to the last few cars over here. And they're going to be something. When I first came across this 1970 Cuda, my heart stopped because from the back side, without looking too closely, it looked like a complete car. Then I got a real good look at it and saw how rough it really was. Obviously, it had been in some sort of rollover, just like all these cars. All of them were rescued from junkyards and, tow yards, and like that SS Camaro. That thing, it's beyond, you could restore it, but is it worth restoring? Yeah, it's an SS 396 car. No way to really document that, so you just move on. The rest of them, though, a lot of them are good parts cars if they were to be pulled out of there. A lot of them just aren't worth restoring. Like, okay, it's a Formula S Barracuda. Then what? Same thing with the 72 Challenger, 318 car. Nothing special. It's cool that they still exist, and it's neat that there's so much of it at this property. It's just unfortunate the way that the cars ended up here in the first place. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video from my friend's yard over in Michigan, because how crazy is that Cuda and the Challenger and all the others? The tree growing through the frame of that truck, that's been there for not centuries. I was going to say centuries, but decades. When I walked around that, I couldn't believe the growth of that tree and that truck. To actually lift it off the ground blew me away. And that Cuda, as you saw in the pictures, used to be sitting on top of another car at the very back of the yard. And it was really surprising to find it now on the other, not on the other side of the yard, but down a ways and on the ground. So that's good and bad. Easier to see, easier to get to, but in worse condition, I guess. Still, real Cuda, 3-3 car. Really neat. The Challenger, but that's, we're coming up to the end of this series. And after that, I'm going to do one on the green car and on what I've been doing in the garage. So that's going to be a few weeks. And then I have, I think, a GTO video coming up. I got some more junkyard videos. I got Mopar videos. But you guys let me know what you think, because I'm always looking for feedback on what I can do to make these videos better. I understand that I need to spend more time on the vehicles, describing them and going through them. Especially this series, there's a lot of cool cars. The Judge, the two Judges, the Shaker Challenger, which is coming up. And I just don't go into as much detail as I should. I just didn't have enough time. But I'm going to work on that. I have worked on that. So there is some cool stuff coming up, at least through the end of the year, and maybe even into next, because I have stuff lined up for quite a while. I have been working all week, last week, on the garage. And I know you can kind of see that the wall of parts is in pretty good shape. I did get the chance to sort through a bunch of it. I actually went through the trim. All the trim I have, now, after Belvedere Mopar happening last week, I'm only missing 2 pieces of trim. And it's the little eyebrows at the back of the Challenger on the quarter panels. And I need to figure out, I'm going to post about it on one of the forums. Someone said that 70's unique and then 71's unique, and then 72 through 74. Other people say 71 through 74, so I got to work that out. If you know, let me know in the comments below. This coming weekend is the Illinois Railway Museum car show, transportation show. It's a phenomenal show. They always run their steam locomotive, at least one of them. They run one of, their vintage diesels. They run a plethora of electrics, and there's always a very wide spectrum of cool cars that show up there. I highly recommend it. I've been going the last few years, and it's always a good time. Right after that, though, is Roadkill Nights in Detroit, or in Pontiac, Michigan, back at M1 Concourse after 1 year in downtown. That's going to be a lot of fun seeing my friends at Roadkill again. Steve Freiberger, Mike Finnegan, Steve Dulcich, Lucky Costa, hopefully. Who else? Mike Copeland at Diversified Creations, and Arrington Performance. All these guys, it's going to be great to see them again. I will then be in Detroit for 4 days after that. There's a race. Oh, I mentioned this before. At the abandoned Tri-City Dragway drag strip in Freeland, Michigan, or Saginaw, Michigan, there's going to be a car show on Sunday. You can Google it. It's out there. I'll put up the flyer again. I will be there because the young man who is assembling that show has had individuals who are interested clean up the grounds. You can actually see the tower from the racetrack now, which is really cool. And after that, I am actually, the reason I look all disheveled is I am standing up in a wedding for my niece, my cousin, in the day of Woodward Dream Cruise. So I won't be at Woodward. But every day leading up to Thursday, I will be on Woodward Avenue. So come see me. Let me know what you think. I'll be around. Otherwise, I will talk to you all soon. Please share, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Stay safe.